And it's a good morning to everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to SPTV. And let's start your day. And we really have got a big day for you today. It's exciting, it's wonderful, and it's brilliant. Looking very much forward to introducing my guest in just a moment. But a bit of housekeeping first, of course. Welcome to everyone watching. Don't forget to share. That's important. Make sure you share. Share, 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 share. I will say it 1,000 times. And for every single time I say it, I'd like at least 2 shares, please. Pretty please, of course. So please share. Let everyone know that we are here. Remember that this is SPTV. We don't ask for stars. Facebook does, and they make money out of it. We don't. So don't send stars. We don't do that. And of course, please remember to get involved in the conversation. Join in. This is your conversation. We're going to introduce Glenda Marie in a moment, and it's your opportunity to ask questions for both herself and myself, to give you some feedback, some thoughts, some ideas. So please join in the conversation, join in the debate. It is your show. And of course, please remember that love and light wins all the time. So do have a wonderful day. Please remember, don't send stars, but get sharing. And if you're a VIP, welcome along. If you're not, why not? It's only 37p a week. Come on. 30, sorry. Oh, 33p a week. We miscalculated. Duh, duh, duh. Well, my math teacher said that I should become a greengrocer rather than a quantum physicist because my math was off. Now you know why. 33p a week to be a VIP. So all exciting stuff. But thank you all so much for joining. And without further delay, it gives me great, honourable and wonderful pleasure to welcome a wonderful guest today. We are going to have so much fun. Please give a big SPTV welcome to the lovely Glenda Marie. There she is. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everyone. I'm back.
You are indeed. Look, quite right too. Welcome along, and let me just shut the door because I keep hearing myself in the background. Sorry. Bye.
Did everyone miss me? I've been away for a couple of weeks.
There we go. I can hear you properly now. Yes, you've been popping up on everyone's radar lately, and it's wonderful. It's so good to have you on, Glenda. How have you been?
Good, good. It's been a busy few weeks, busy my end as well with readings and little things that I do over here. I do some sound healing and things like that. So popping up here, there and everywhere. I think Spirit just pulled that, gave me that push, and it's all happening. So here I am with Nick Brown.
You poor thing. Really, your career has now reached the bottom of the barrel to come and spend time with me.
Oh, stop it. I tell you what I'm going to work on, but with Nick, having that show by myself when I filled in for Claire, I got 94 shares. 94 shares.
Wow.
So I think we really need to boost the shares up. So everybody needs to share, share, share.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I totally agree. And that is wonderful. And we're already getting the hellos coming in, and we're going to start saying hello to everyone in just a moment. But it really, really is brilliant to have you on. And, you know, I want to thank you for reminding me that there's such a thing as Instagram, because you are, of course, on Instagram, aren't you?
Yes, yes, yes. I do really like Instagram. Like, it's just got so much more fun and potential. But Facebook also is good with, how can I say this without offending the more how can I say it? The age group.
Yes.
The age group. Instagram's quite young and real, you know, hip hop and, you know, all the reels and that sort of thing, where Facebook is more kind of subdued.
Mature. Mature. Yes.
Mature is the word.
There's the one. There's the one. Yeah, being someone who is of a certain age now, I'm almost the wrong side of 45, which is freaking me out. No, I won't deny it. It is freaking me out, but I'm nearly the wrong side of 45, and I'm feeling the pull of social media. I'm kind of going into slippers and pipe rather than party hard and selfie mode. So it really is. And yeah, I love TikTok. SPTV, of course, has a TikTok, which I've started interacting with now because I've had a TikTok for a while. Yes, so Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube has started doing reels and shorts, and you can even use it like social media now. So, are you on YouTube?
No, and I'm not on TikTok. I'm one of those people.
So we can find you on Facebook and Instagram, of course.
Yes.
And it's on screen now. Look, Richard is so wonderful at reading the conversation and getting his graphics ready. Anyone would say that I'm a little bit repetitive, but there you go. But Glenda, shall we, betwixt and between us, say good morning to our lovely, lovely friends in SPTV land?
Absolutely. I'm not seeing anyone up yet. Who have you? I've seen Stace. I've got Stace up. That's who I've got.
Yes. I've just realised that I can't see the names of people where the screen is at.
Might have to make
So it will need shrinking just a itty bitty bit. But we know that's Stace. So good morning, Richard, Nick, and everyone. I hope everyone has a good week and staying hydrated in this. Absolutely. It's been so warm. But if it's summer for us, Glenda, is it not a different season for
winter? And you can see where I live. I live in North Queensland, where it's very, very warm, so the tropics. I don't get winter here. My air is on and I've got short sleeves on and shorts. So there's no winter for me, but my family live down south and they are freezing. So.
Oh, bless you. So yeah, it's still probably warmer in your winter on average than it is here in the UK for the 5 days of summer that we get. But there you go.
Absolutely.
Dawny Walden says, good morning, Nick, Richard, and all watching. And of course, a hello to you too.
And we have Rose. Rose is from Dublin, wow. Ireland. Hello, Rose. Welcome.
Good morning, Kim.
Oh, look. Kim, she's one of my friends. Yay. Hello, Kim.
Good morning. Now, this is another one that I know from Instagram as your friend because she shared for us. So, hi, Lisa.
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Lisa was on with Debbie last week.
Fantastic. Jolene Smith. Hi, guys. Fancy meeting you here. Good morning.
Hey, Nicola. Morning.
Good morning to you too. Kylie Bolter. Good morning, Nick and Glenda. Good morning to you.
Hey, Kylie. Got Gil Reynolds. Yes, hello from Birmingham. Welcome.
Birmingham, quite near me. Simone Corrigan. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Simone. Nolene DeFree. Welcome, Nolene. Welcome.
Good morning. Wendy Payne. Good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Hey, Wendy. Hey, Maya. Oh, this is Rosita, one of my ladies that lives up the road. Welcome, Rosita. Welcome.
Mal Whittle. Good morning from Wolverhampton. Shared. Thank you. Well done. Good morning.
Linda Brown. Oh, look at that beautiful flower. It's in the shape of a heart. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
They is forget-me-nots, and I'll also say good morning to Linda because that's me mum. Morning, mum.
Oh, bless. Well, hi, mum.
Good morning, Mandy Miller, who says go Glenda. A lot of love for Glenda. A lot of love.
Yeah, I've got all my whole Facebook is going to be on here. Hello, Nolene.
Morning, Nolene. Welcome. Mal says hello. Good morning to you.
Morning, Mel. Joanne Harvey from Facebook. Good morning.
Morning. And Leanne D.
This is my sister-in-law. Hello, Leanne. Hey, kids. The kids are watching. Hey, Tracy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Who else have we got? Oh,
Tracy.
Shed. Oh,
Shed. Well done. Good, good, good. So this is what I like. Sharing love. Sharing the love.
Sharing is caring. Absolutely.
Martina Stringer. Good morning. A lovely star there. Good morning. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. So, of course, today we will be having the usual run of events. We have got Kate May's Tarot Scope coming up a little bit later. We will be having chats, questions, and we will be doing readings too. Exciting. So lots and lots and lots to get on with this morning, and welcome. If we haven't said hello to you, it's not because we're not saying hello to you, it's just because we haven't seen you and there's so very little time on the grand scheme of things. So welcome one and all. Please keep sharing, please get involved, and of course get asking your questions. And I'm going to kick off the ball with the questions if I'm oh yes, of course. See, this is the wonderful thing about me being a medium. You get used to hearing voices that no one else can see or hear, reminding you of the things that you forget. So if you would like to come on and get a reading from either Glenda or myself a little bit later on in the show, please let Richard know in the comments. You do need to have Skype. That is really quite important because that's the system that we use. But if you'd like to come on and get a reading from either Glenda or myself, depending on, you know, what the direction that spirit blows, we might even chip in a little bit each. You never know. Please let Richard know in the comments and then he can arrange it with you. But you do need to have Skype. So get mentioning. And morning, Eunice. Good morning.
Look at that puppy.
Bless you. So please let Richard know, and of course get your questions coming in as well, because we will be answering questions about spirituality. I got a funny feeling after the conversation we had. I know where the theme's probably going to go. It usually tends to, and I've seen a few bits that are quite applicable this week too. Justine Molyneux, good morning to you too, and welcome. So I'm going to kick the ball off with one. Yes, yes. And if somebody would like to come on, we're going to do a bit of agony aunting. We used to do this. But if anyone would like to come on with a question about spirit, rather than us giving you a reading per se, if you'd like to come on and ask a question online, once again, same rules apply. Come on with Skype, so you do need to have Skype, and we can chip in our thoughts from ourselves and our spirit friends who will give a little bit of guidance and direction on spiritual matters too. And Jolene, yes, we do pick you up. What did I say? Oh, Jolene, sorry. We do pick you up if you're on YouTube. All of the comments come into a central command that is Richard's computer, and we can see all of your comments.
Minty May's joining us. Hi, Minty.
Hi, Minty. Traveling, but given a share. Good to see a Minty May, who also has a show on SPTV. Well worth a watch and join in too.
Fantastic. He's fantastic. I've had a reading off Minty. He's fabulous.
Wonderful, isn't he? So, have I missed anything else? Right, okay. Warning, friends, incoming transmission. Princess Lynn is spamming people. So please block, ignore, delete, report, get rid of. Princess Lynn is spamming people. Very nice and spiritual thing to do. But we get used to it, I suppose. So all of you lovely people out there in internet land, get rid. Oh, gone. That went well. That was quick.
Boom.
Absolutely brilliant.
I love it. I love our community. I love it.
Yes, and this is the thing, and it relates to kind of the question I was going to ask you as kind of like my opening volley for everyone else to, start getting chance to ask their questions. What do you think is the most important part about the growth of this community of spiritual folk?
Wow, where do I start? Which end do I come from? I think that we have to really evolve, like we have to, we evolve, spirit evolves. We have to keep following the breadcrumbs, I guess, we can, I don't even know where do I begin with this question? From the beginning, yes, Richard.
I mean, for example, what do you think would be the one thing that holds us back from growing forward?
Oh, fear of failure, that we can't do things. I think I did it for a very long time, especially mediums that don't work online, that aren't used to being online, stepping out in front of the camera, being online and being vulnerable, that you might not know the answers, that you don't know everything, that you might make a fool of yourself. Oh, the big one, will spirit turn up and work with me?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I totally agree. And to be fair, I started out developing as a platform medium. I made the jump during the pandemic. I'd done some lives before, but not very many. I think you're right in the sense that fear does hold you back. It's one thing to have a bad day in front of 30, 40 people, but to have that recorded for all posterity, for anyone who has an internet connection to see, it can be quite scary. But we need to remember, and I'm sure you agree, Glenda, we're putting ourselves out there that people will instantly say we're nuts anyway, because we're talking, like I said jokingly about Richard's voice, we're putting ourselves out there as people who are able to see and hear that not everybody can see and hear. So, there's bravery there to begin with. And I think if we connect the bravery of our initial decision, that might help with that fear. Don't you think?
Absolutely. And, no one's perfect. At the end of the day, no one is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. This connecting with spirit, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely. And the first thing I was ever taught was it's always an experiment. So, speaking of first things I was ever taught, you're the guest. So I have a question from Stace for you. When did you first become aware of your spiritual connection, and what is the best thing about it for you?
Okay, so I grew up not in a normal household. I grew up with readings, coffee readings, tarot readings, healings. So that was the norm for me. I, as a child, could feel spirit. I was one of those children that would lay in bed, was too scared to go to the toilet because I would see things. So as a young child, I felt and saw things, totally blocked it. It kept coming through. You go through your 20s, you want to have a party, you want to enjoy life. You don't want this, but it keeps creeping in. I must admit, I was one of those people that blocked it and then went through a traumatic experience. I also had an NDE, which brought a lot of things to surface after my NDE. And then after that, NDE, near-death experience, which happened around my 20s, which started to show a lot for me. Then I think I went through the massive traumatic experience, which then I think spirit just said, I'm here to help you. And the best thing about it was I was in the deepest of my depression, and I did not think that I could come out the other end. A lot of us go through that sort of thing. And it was like spirit reached down, helped me and said, you can do this.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I think I'm losing my status as Queen of the Links, actually, because I'm reminded, of course, that Richard's doing interviews for anyone who's had a near-death experience, for a you know, I can't even think of what it's called.
Documentary?
Documentary. Thank you. My mind just went completely blank there. For a documentary for SPTV. I'm gonna say, give me a slap for Richard, because you know people can see your hands slap me. They can't see Richard slap me. But yeah, wow, that was unusual. Me running out of words. There you go.
I know. I watch you every Monday night our time, and you never run out of words.
I try not to. But yeah, it's really important to note that a lot of people do have these NDEs, these near-death experiences, that kickstart it, or in your case, I would say probably remind you that it's there, because as you said, it's something that happened and it was very much prevalent in your life, before you really started jumping on the horse and riding it as you do, which is, you know, good. It's brilliant. It is brilliant, because there are so many people that would reject it. Stace says, bless you, similar experience but without the NDE, but my depression and trauma definitely put in the light of the spiritual pathway. Absolutely. And I think a lot of us do experience that, don't they? What, if I may, you know, follow up on Stacey's question, was it breaking through fear? Because that was the first thing you said earlier on. Was it breaking through fear that helped you through it, or was it just spirit saying, oi, we're here? Or was it a combination?
It was more about being so lost that I had lost who I was as a person. And it was finding myself again, being able to find that courage and, be brave again, to remind myself of who I was, I think, and to go back to love, you know, to let go of the resentment and to go into forgiveness and start that healing journey. It's more about the healing journey.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think people forget about the healing side of this way of life. Do you not agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's for me, it's a constant healing thing I do. If I find a trigger, I go in, okay, was that me? What am I feeling into here? Was that me, or was that, you know, what do I need to work on here? What is this bringing up? I mean, I spent the weekend healing myself, doing things for myself. So it's a constant thing. If you want to be part of, I guess, the higher, it's bigger than us, You have to work on yourself. You have to keep working on yourself. You cannot put yourself out there to help others if you're not working on yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely. I always tell people, you know, if you're trying to help someone, you've got to put them between you and the danger, like when you're trained as a lifeguard. Because if you get in trouble trying to help someone, you're both stuck. And it's important to work on the self before you're thinking that you can fix everyone else. You've got to at least know that it's possible to fix yourself. It's probably not going to be overnight, and it's probably not always going to be an ongoing thing, but at least knowing that there is an issue that needs to be resolved. That's the Kickstarter, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what? I get asked, I have gone through a lot of illnesses or health issues, but someone says to me, what's wrong with you this week? And I think, really? Like, I find that I go through things, and then in my mediumship or in my connections through my readings, it comes up. What I've gone through, I am able to help others heal. I understand the feeling of what it feels like to feel that illness or to go through that grief, or I understand it. And unless you fully understand what it's like to be in that person's chair or that person, you don't get it. You don't fully get it.
Absolutely. It's kind of like the difference between sympathy and empathy, isn't it? Sympathy
Yes.
is a pat on the head, there, never mind. Empathy is actually jumping in the hole with someone and walking to find a way out of it with them. And you know, I totally agree. And Alan Sutton here on Facebook, hello, Reverend Alan, good morning to you, sir. Says healing is the main part of our way of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you not find that healing is the one constant between the three, because everyone splits our way of life into three contributory factors of mediumship, healing, and philosophy? Healing is all three.
The big one. Yeah, it's got all of them. All of them. I mean, at the end of the day, we are connecting with loved ones, bringing through messages to help heal the people that are here on Earth plane, you know, that are in this little, how do we call it, school of life.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And some lessons we're going to enjoy, some lessons we're going to avoid, some lessons we try and skip out and hide around the bike sheds. But so the analogy of school is absolutely perfect. I totally agree. I'm worried what Richard's thinking is in my head right now because he's giggling away in the background. Where is this going, Nick?
Bike shed.
I only ever smoked behind the bike shed.
If people could hear what Richard is telling us.
I don't mind. You can tell him that he always has the finger on the mute button for me because he's scared of what I'm going to say. Yeah, absolutely. Let's face it. The only opportunity I ever had to do anything naughty at school was literally to smoke around the bike sheds, and that was before the days. That was before the days of the mask, so I wasn't literally smoking. But that's a story for another day, and probably a different time to show.
I think everybody's done that in their lifetime. Come on, it's experimenting. It's being here on, you know.
Exactly.
Richard's never smoked.
Richard's never.
Neither has my husband.
I do envy him. I quit smoking in February, and it's the best thing I ever did. And I'd been smoking 30 years.
Wow.
So there we go.
Wow. Good on you, Nick. You can make it to the shop and back now.
Well, yeah. I mean, quite frankly, quitting smoking and still being out at large in the public without having been put away for some terrible crime is a miracle of biblical proportions. But there you go. There's a lot of run of wonderful comments coming in from everyone, being shocked that it was only smoking, and that my quips are legendary. Chrissy, I've got to share her comment. Surprising Nick managed to inhale his cigarette when he talks. Yeah, that's probably why they got me started on it. Shelley says, not even kippers. Have you never smoked? Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Now that's showing my age. But there we are. So Richard, I do envy on the not ever smoking. It's a dirty habit. And I am one of those terrible ex-smokers, I will admit. Thank you, Kelly. So
Kelly said yes. Kelly's congratulating, and so is Rebecca. Yes.
So you're already noticing that I skip past the comments about me, just in case. Never know which one's going to come up, what is going to give away something that I don't want revealing. But do we have another question for the lovely Glenda? And thank you for the quit smoking support. It's very kind of you. Fabulous. So we've got Carol and Lee who are going to be coming on a little bit later. There's one of Carol's comments there is a legend with his quips. And Lee, who has also said they're going to come on. So they'll be joining us a little bit later on Skype on the show for readings, which is excellent.
Yay.
And they will be getting a call during the commercial break that we. Oh, sorry. You need to call Richard. I do apologize. So you guys need to call Richard on Skype during the break. So literally, as soon as we cut to VT, sorry, you're going to have to miss the breaks today, but you can watch on playback. And then you can come and join us online by calling Richard on Skype. So open up Skype and dial when the break comes on. So well done to Lee and Carol, who'll be joining us. Thank you very much to them. Well, we do also have, obviously, Kate May today. So we're going to be getting Tarot Scope at some point soon too. But Carol says, how do you know when you are ready to go out into the big wide world and read? Glenda, your thoughts?
I think you just got to trust the process. For me, it was somebody that believed in me, that give me that full-on push in the back and said, you know, you can do this. And, you know, I started at the local market, or it was a bit of a, you know, come and get a $50 reading, you know, half-hour reading. And that, you know, I started off with the cards and that sort of thing. And I was seeing people and doing them from home. I think you've just got to feel into it. If the confidence might not be there, but the confidence comes as you do it. You're not going to be let down. You've just got to take that leap, I guess, that leap of faith that we talk about, and just go, I'm going to give it a go. And I wasn't ready when it happened for me. I had no idea that it was going to be as big as it was. I do remember sitting with Spirit one night, and I said, I think I'm ready to do this mediumship stuff, you know, having this conversation with my guides, Spirit, whoever you connect with. And I got, are you really ready? And I thought, oh, I don't know if I am. I'll think about that. And it just kept coming back and it kept surfacing. And every time I thought or did something, it would just keep coming back. So it will keep coming back on your lap and landing in your path if Spirit is ready for you to go. You know, there's all these signs, you know, synchronicities that we talk about. It just happens. And for me, it was just a natural unfoldment. And I just went with it. Surrender, the big word, you know, surrender and just see what happens, Carol. But I do believe that as I kind of fell into you, Carol, I feel like you are not very far off stepping out. You just need to trust and keep practicing, keep being in groups, or, you know, if you're in the UK, in your spiritual churches that you do your circles, practice with your friends, practice with your family. Oh, no, don't do family. Family's too hard. I don't do family and friends. I'm like one of the doctors. I don't operate on family and friends. But I just I think that you just got to take that leap. And I feel like your friends, the people you surround yourself with, be up, you know, in people that are uplifting and that are going to push you and going to support you. So keep surrounding yourself with good people is what I feel. But Carol isn't far from stepping out. I feel like there's a lot of things happening for Carol. I'm kind of picking up with her hearing, whether she's starting to hear, and I don't know if Carol, you can give me some feedback there, but I'm feeling like you're starting to hear a lot, and you're not really knowing whether to trust what you're hearing. So I'm just feeling into some of those.
Well, Carol's going to be one of the ones that comes on after the break.
Oh, look, I'm already reading her. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So you've already got that connection there, and it will. I will say it will be you reading for Carol, because I actually know Carol, and to give you some feedback on what you've just said, she sits in my circle on a Monday afternoon. So I'm going to say no more because I don't want to give anything away and upset the flow, but absolutely. And do you know what? I totally agree with you, and I want to pick up on something you just said as part of my response. Is we go into it And if we go into circles and go in, there's a, when can we start doing readings? When can we start doing readings? When can we start doing readings? And I had a good teacher who I try and emulate. That says, well, they won't push you before you're ready because they don't want to upset upset your development. So there is an element of holding back for protection. So bear with. But the minute that the teacher decides that you're ready to start, you don't want to. So when that natural flip comes of, I want to do readings, oh, I'm not so sure now. That's, feel the fear and do it anyway, because that's when you are starting to become ready. I feel I think an amount of fear of giving work out in public is healthy, because it keeps you checking yourself, it keeps you real, it stops you from becoming something that you don't want to become, on the whole level of ownership and entitlement and ego.
Ego.
So
there's that word, ego.
It always has to come up, doesn't it? But it is I love what you said about fear, and it is feel the fear and do it anyway. And I shall say no more on the Carol subject, because
okay, but I will just add something else to that. What I noticed through my journey of unfoldment and stepping into mediumship and that sort of stuff, spirit will test you. They will dangle that carrot in front of you. I remember going in before I started, deciding that I need a mentor. I need somebody to steer me in the right direction. I need a bit of tweaking here, is what kind of I feel. The tweaking, we all need tweaking. We need someone to come in and kind of guide us sometimes. And spirit's like dangling this carrot. I'm getting this and I'm getting that and I'm getting this and I'm getting that. And I said to my mentor, how come I used to be able to get all of that? And now I can't get that. What is going on here? And it's like, they're dangling the carrot. They're saying if you're ready. And then you grab that carrot or you bite that carrot, and then they go, I'm going to take it all away. Guess what? You're going back to school. You're starting from scratch. You are going to learn all the fundamentals and everything you need to learn to be a better medium.
Absolutely agree. The way my mentor described it is, they will show you what your potential is and then say, earn it.
Yes.
It can feel quite brutal, can't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it's like, come on, like I used to get all of this, and now it's, or it could be just up leveling, evolving, learning more. You're adding to your little library of symbols of what this is, and that sort of thing. Spirit's going to give you so much more, and it's like, I've got to store it in my memory bank. That vault that we have, that we just know what things are.
Absolutely. And that really does tie quite nicely into a question we've got from Steve Hunt. Good morning, first time viewer. Well, Steve, you're absolutely welcome to the family. Question: as a medium in training, what is the best piece of advice you could give?
Trust.
Yeah, I agree. And it's trust in spirit, it's trust in those around you, and trust yourself. I think that's probably the hardest and most important one, isn't it? Trusting yourself.
Trusting yourself. Absolutely. Give the first thing that you get. Do not overthink it. Do not go into the head. Once you've gone into that head, you're gone. You're gone.
Absolutely. And it will, on a practical side of that, Steve, I would also add, that give what you get is the one rule that I bang on about so much. It will sound like you. It will feel like you. And until you've gone out there with your friends, with your circle, whoever it is that you're practicing with, until you've gone out there and just had that faith and that trust in yourself and spirit and those around you to just give it without as Glenda said, without overthinking it, without questioning it, the times you will get yes, and it will build up that trust. It will build up that confidence. So just have a little, as Glenda says, have a little trust. There's a song there, but I was getting.
Oh no, I'm singing it in my head. I'm singing my head. I'm not singing it.
it's not brighten your day unless it's, you know, or start your day unless there's a song involved, I feel.
I know.
So yeah, absolutely.
And you know, and the other thing is I still get aha moments, all those moments. So I just go, no way, where, you know, you're still, spirit just still surprises you. And I'm just still blown away with some of the evidence that comes through. And you just think, no way. This is just I cannot pull this out of thin air.
Absolutely. And again, Steve follows up with, I trust my cards 100%. It's giving these weird things that pop into your head. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it. But only by giving it will you find out that those weird things will eventually trump your cards. If you've heard the game Top Trumps. But oh, and we're having an incoming transmission from the voice in the ear there for an interjection. Go ahead. Right, so Richard has just come in with a really, really good point for everyone at home. Basically, what he's asking is, people say that if you're using intuition when you're reading cards, is that not spirit contact? Blender.
I believe. Okay, so I don't read tarot cards. I can't get into tarot cards.
Oracle cards,
I do oracle cards. Okay, so oracle cards. I believe that you have to trust what you get. I do believe it's spirit giving it to you, because what I see is just downloads, bang, bang, bang. And once you start giving, spirit just keeps feeding and feeding and feeding. And that's your intuition. That's you tapping into the higher source. It's about what you need to hear, what they're coming through saying, not necessarily what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So you need to trust what they're giving you through that intuition. With tarot cards, yes, you can go through meanings and you know what certain cards are, but I do believe you need to follow in going deep within your heart and your soul. And what is that feeling? That's kind of how I do it. I just tap in and spirit just brings it. They just keep giving me more and more of what that person's going through, I guess, or what that person needs to hear. I don't necessarily. It's not necessarily mediumship, because mediumship, you're connecting to a loved one in spirit. So there's two different things here at play. Mediumship is definitely you're connecting to source, or you're connecting to a loved one in spirit. Cards is intuition, but it is, I don't know, is it your spirit guides? Is it, I don't know. I just feel like I just get it from spirit.
Yeah,
I trust it.
There is, see, this is where we tread, for me, on very dangerous territory, because Glenda, you'll need to punch me in the face, and he'll need to have his finger on the mute button. On the first level, if people are too ingrained in what the book says about those cards, that will restrict anything from coming through.
Yes.
On an initial connection level, with intuition, with cards, it can start out very psychically, which is a magnetic connection between individual and person. And there is a spiritual element to that, because it's, you know, psychic is still a spiritual element. But yes, for me, psychic can lead to spirit, and you're absolutely, I'm in awe of you, Glenda, by those very simple words that you gave. Spirit is connecting with loved ones, and those cards on it. So if it's not that, it's psychic. But that's psychic, right, being a similar vibration, can lead you on that path.
Absolutely.
That sudden click where you'll feel someone coming through. If you then describe who that person is and get a yes, you're on spirit. And they can be used as a tool to kickstart a spiritual and spirit-based
connection. Yeah, because psychic is you're reading their auric field. So it's, you know, a soul to soul blending. For me, I blend with their soul. So I'm reading their soul. I'm reading their aura, their auric field, what is going on with their life. So it's me and you. I'm reading you. Where mediumship is, we're connecting with a loved one in the spirit world. So it makes it harder because we don't get the validation. Yeah. I can read you, you're giving me validation. They're not giving me validation. You have to give me the validation. Yeah. So
absolutely agree. Thank you. I'm loving this because, you know, it's just so much fun. Stace has picked up on a comment that I can only guess from Shelley. Bless you, Shelley. How quick or slow you develop doesn't mean you are better or worse than anyone else. It means spirit are taking you at the pace that is best fitting with you. Trust the process. I absolutely agree with Stace on that. There is no, you know, day by day schedule, is there? It's a personal journey, isn't it, Glenda?
It is. And you, look, mediumship is a lifelong journey. We do not stop learning. We continue to do our development every day. Every day we're learning something new through the connection of spirit. They are teaching us something new every day. There is no time limit. Yes, I know what it feels like to go, I want it all, I want it now. Give it to me all right now today. It doesn't work that way. It is a lifelong progression. It is about you working with spirit every day, forever.
Absolutely. Steve, I have to say, I love you with all my heart. Steve says that I've never used a book. It's all intuitive. Keep fighting the good fight, my friend. You are most welcome on here. You also did just briefly mention before that you agree with Carol, that it's more psychic than spirit. Absolutely. I would think based on
psychic.
I'm with you too, mate. I'm with you too. I do teach people to use psychic tools to kickstart the process, but they are two very different definitive things. So Steve, you're among friends, and you know, welcome to the family, mate. And Amanda Banks, thank you. This is actually so interesting. Who'd have thunk it that you know, a group of people yakking would engage? It's such fun though, isn't it? Because I think, do you not think that in this way of life we miss this part of it, you know, when everyone's so focused on one aspect of our way of life? We forget to share the rest of it, don't we?
Absolutely. There's all, you know, it's kind of like the other side of mediumship, or, you know, the stuff that no one talks about, really.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, and thank you to everyone who's asked questions so far. Tina, who has started developing your mediumship journey. I have to say, Tina, I don't know about Glenda, but I absolutely envy you, because this is the best part of your journey, the beginning. There is so much to learn. That never changes. There will always be so much to learn. But for me, the beginnings, that when it's so magical and there are so many surprises around the corner.
Really like dating someone new.
It is, isn't it? It is. The one thing I love about this way of life, though, I've not hit the honeymoon period ending yet.
No.
So, it is. Where are we going to go first? Break, or we're going to go to Kate May now, who has got her tarot scope for us. So, for the first time today, Richard, roll VT.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for your week ahead zodiac signs. It's very hot here, so let's see what hot week we've got for you guys for the 26th of June week. Let's have a look at Aries. Okay, Aries, you've got your own card, the Emperor. Now this week, Aries, it's going to be really important that you put your boundaries in place, that you stand firm and you act in a firm but a fair way with people. You could be similar to a father figure this week, Aries. But the main important thing is that you are master of your own destiny, that you are leading your way, and you are setting your boundaries with strong intent. Okay, Taurus. Loving this. The Hierophant. Taurus, you've got your own card. Taurus, this says, don't rock the boat. Just keep doing what you're doing. There's no need to change things. There's no need to mix things up. Just stick to tried and tested methods, Taurus. Now, there could be some traditional energy coming in this week, Taurus, perhaps marriage news or things that connect you on a traditional vibration there. But overall, this card, very good for spiritual learning, very good for spiritual teachings there. You could be looking to join a group or community that you feel, where you feel like you belong and where you conform to things. But overall, don't rock the boat. Stick to tried and tested methods, Taurus. Gemini, keep battling on. This is actually called winning the battle, Gemini. So this card indicates that you might have some battles on your way. You could have been having a few things going on there, but keep strong, stand your ground, stick to what you believe in. And whatever is up against you, you're going to win, okay? So keep battling on there, Gemini. You're going to win the day. Cancer. Three of Pentacles. My gosh, it's hot. Now, the Three of Pentacles indicate, Cancer, that there's teamwork around you. Anything that you're working on, any projects, any situation, it's going to be better in a team. So look at collaboration, look at coming together with people, okay? And look at your building, what you're building within your friendship groups, particularly there, but also around you. This is a building card, and it indicates that you can bring something to the table, someone else can bring something to the table, and so can somebody else. So together you're going to make a whole, which is going to be much better than struggling on your own. So look out for great collaborations this week, Cancer. Leo, the Eight of Pentacles. This is a hard work week for you, Leos. It's time to roll your sleeves up, focus, prioritize, pay attention to detail, maybe put all your eggs in one basket. Try not to be too scattered. Things need to get finished now. You need to focus. Virgo, off to the races. Great week for you. Things are going to get busy. Things are going to get moving. Things are actioning. If you have an idea, this is the week to go for it. You might find that someone charming comes in and sweeps you off your feet. Libra, High Priestess, follow what you feel. Follow what you feel. All is not clear at the moment, Libra. There could be some things going on, maybe some secrets, maybe some hidden things. So trust your gut instinct. Look out for some spiritual psychic signs around you as well, like little feathers, particular birds, numbers. It's all coming around you this week. Scorpio, the world. Loose ends are being tied up. Things are coming full circle. Now, this Scorpio indicates that you're finishing things, you're tying loose ends, and you're moving into a whole new chapter. A whole new chapter awaits you. Be gone with the old shit and welcome in the new vibes. Sagittarius, Queen, I've got my whole deck upside down. Queen of Cups, Sagittarius, this week you need to keep a lid on your emotions. You need to be careful what you say, maybe not throw your toys out the pram, but also not only deal with things in a gentle manner, but nurture yourself, Saggies. This is the week where you need to put your own energies around yourself. Don't be worried about being selfish. This is the week that you need to think about yourself. Nurture and love yourself there, Saggies. Capricorn, two people coming together. Great union, could be good in partnerships, in relationships, or in working relationships. You're on the same page as someone this week, Capricorn. A meeting of minds or some harmony. If their things have been a little bit troublesome, harmony reigns. This card also brings negotiations and bartering. So look out for where you're going to have to barter something, but you should be on the same page as someone this week, Capricorns. Aquarius, you're ready to move forward. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, Aquarius. Things are ready to start planning. You're going to be more committed. It's an exciting week for you. And Pisces. Past catches up with you, Pisces, but this time it's going to help heal things. So expect people from the past to come back into your life, knock on your door, come into your thoughts, but there's a healing vibration here. So if there's been difficulties in the past, this week looks at setting that straight and healing you to be able to move on better. If you want to catch me, it's
And we are back. Welcome, everyone. We return to you. So thank you so much to the lovely Kate May, as always, for your tarot scope. Always look forward to seeing what's coming up. Now, a couple of notices. I feel like I'm at church. A couple of notices. There's no Deb tomorrow, unfortunately, which is such a shame. We will miss her. But do not forget that tonight you've got the lovely Claire Casterfield SPTV online on Facebook and YouTube to watch the lovely Claire Pasterfield tonight. Coming up in the week, we've also got Paul Bannister on Thursday night, bringing My Spiritual Life to SPTV. In addition to his usual schedule, he's now doing a Thursday night on SPTV2, which is wonderful. Although it's a loss for Littleport because he was originally going to be serving us, but never mind. I'll let you off, Richard, because he's so good. Really do look forward to that one, everyone. Paul Bannister on Thursday, My Spiritual Life again. Claire Pasterfield tonight, but no Deb tomorrow. And don't forget to interact with TikTok. We've got some wonderful, wonderful social media accounts, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and YouTube. So get involved, join in, be a part of the adventure. Before we have our commercial break and then go to our two readers, we're going to see if there's anybody in spirit who wishes to come home. So mine. Oh, hang on.
Everybody's sharing out there.
Say, is everyone sharing?
Is everyone sharing? Yes, we would like to know the shares. You know, I'm very big on shares.
See if you see how many readings we're going to do based on share content.
Yes.
Oh,
what? 14?
Right.
94 to 14.
14. That's very, very upsetting. I'm hurt. I'm really, really hurt now. Everyone click share. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not like I'm asking you for a star. Please share, let the world know. And we're going to give some readings to everyone at home. Some people. Yes. So those who have shared are in the running for readings. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I shared. Lisa's shared. Who else has shared? Come on, my crew better be sharing.
Fabulous. So, is there any names that popped up or there'll be some names popping up if you'd like to feel drawn to someone? You know, you can. Myra, well done for sharing.
Myra shares. Can I give Myra a card, maybe? Is that okay?
Yeah,
sharing?
of course it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm giving Myra a card. Hi, Myra. I hope that you're open for a card tonight. So I'm just going to pull a card for you and see what the message is. Okay, I'm getting flow. I'm feeling like you need to go with it. Whatever. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like there's sometimes we get into a crossroads in our life. I'm feeling like you need to step out there. You might be feeling a bit blocked. There might be a lot of emotions going on. As you can see, this gentleman is standing in the water. Water is emotions. So you might be going through a lot of emotions. I'm feeling like go with it. Let it come up and release it. Just go with it. This is a change that's happening and a cycle that's happening in your life. You've just got to go to the next cycle. You've got to go to the next step. You have to just surrender and you need to just move forward. I feel like there's children or there's something involved here where you are not knowing where to go or you're not knowing what to do. I'm feeling like you're stuck with an answer or you're stuck moving forward, but I'm feeling like there's also something around children here. So I'm not sure if this is making sense, but I want to say, let the emotions flow, just surrender to it, do the healing that you need to do, and then you will become unstuck, if we call it stuck, or we get these blocks that we don't know which path to head down. There's multiple, yes, I am moving forward. Excellent. There's multiple things popping up for you. And I want to say opportunities that are coming or are going to be presented for you. I get 3 different things, 3 positives that are going to be opening up for you. I'm saying take it. Just go with it and see what happens. I hope that you can take that message on, Myra. Don't be so hard on yourself either. You're doing the best you can. So there's a little message for Myra.
Wonderful. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Glenda. What a wonderful reading there, and I do hope that helps. Kelly Roquette, bless you, shared 3 times and is a VIP. Well done, darling. Thank you. Let's see who I'm going to be drawn to. And Myra says, thank you. There we go. Brilliant. Excellent.
Yes.
Wonderful. Maxine Reed has shared. May I come to you, Maxine? I feel drawn to you, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different for me. I'm going to pluck a rune. Wow, it's the blank one. Wow. Okay, that doesn't come out very often. It's not got as much ink, so it sinks to the bottom. With the blank rune, it's telling me that over the period of the last, I want to say specifically a couple of months, but it's been longer than that, but it's been building up and building up. It feels that there has been some frustration, some emptiness, some uncertainty because of that lack of any direction and clarity. And although that can be quite difficult and wrenching, what I also have to tell you is that the good news, that there is always good news. The good news is that you can use that as a blank slate as well. When there is uncertainty of direction, it means you can make your own direction. And what I'm feeling with you, Maxine, is that there's been this desire to do stuff, but not knowing. It's like there's no information out there. There's no ability to feel guided, but you are. It's just that you're tending to ignore your own inner voice because of other people's words and because of other people perhaps putting you down. I don't know whether that's specifically that, but there is some kind of external influence stopping you from moving forward. So with this, although there has been emptiness, although there has been this drawing of a blank, it's also a clean slate where you can choose, you can define, you can direct, and you must. Do not. We the whole of today's show, we've talked about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's like the whole conversation has been directed and aimed at you, Maxine, with that need to move forward. I know there are people around you that have not helped you, but there are so many more people around you that wish to, want to, and will you. And it's not just a case of willing you on, it's a question, will you? That's only a question that you can answer. I can only give the advice based on the information that I'm receiving spiritually, psychically, and however it works when I pick up a rune. But what I can tell you is, I'm going to ask you the question. There has been difficulty. People have been blank with you, but you have the opportunity here and now to make a change, to move forward, to be bold, and have the courage and connection to be yourself and do things for you for a change. So I ask you the question, will you? I will you on. God bless you, and I hope that helps, my darling. And if it did, great.
Simple message.
I do have all that from a blank piece of clay. Would you believe that? The way they work is so strange sometimes. But thank you for popping your name up. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for coming back with the responses too. It is appreciated. God bless you, darling. And
I feel like Maxine's going through a bit of a what do they call it? Awakening or a spiritual enlightenment. Like I feel like there's something opening up for Maxine. I get a flower, and what I get with her is more of a lotus flower when I open up, like it's lotus flower opening up, and I feel Maxine is starting to cull the dead leaves away from that flower, and she's starting to open up. She's starting to see what really matters.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like I have finally got clarity. the things that she never saw before, she's starting to see a lot clearer now.
Fabulous.
So I hope that resonates with you, Maxine.
Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Well, my lovelies, we are going to have some adverts. So Carol and Lee, get ready to dial on Skype, because it's your moment to come and join us on screen after the commercial break. So Richard will be awaiting your call. But for the second time today, Richard, my darling friend, rolls ET.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
Tonight from 8 p.m, Claire Pasterfield hosts her show, Heavenly Sprinkles, for an evening of mediumship readings.
Nick, you moron, is absolutely fine. Oh, hello. Oh, bless. So there's the training side of mediumship for anyone who wants to know how to, give guidance on how to receive a message. Yes, no, don't know. Or, Nick, you're a moron, what you're talking about. There we go. This is what we get for not paying attention. So we're gonna be having our live readers coming through in a moment, whilst Richard Richard's going to be having a chat with the guys in the back screen and bring them back in for us, Glenda. Whilst we're just waiting for those, Glenda, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you today. It really, really has. We've kind of talked in the chat of the wonderful SPTV community. I think I do I remember rightly giving you a message or something, or did you?
You did. It was so awesome. You gave me one last week, and it was my mum stepping forward, and it was so beautiful. Thank you so much. It was just so well received. I only lost my mum a few months ago, so I think we just clocked over 4 months. So it's been a grief journey that I've been on, like everybody else. But what I do want people to know out there that are going through such, raw moments, you've got to go with it. You've got to own the grief. If you want to cry, cry, and you've got to go with the waves. That's what I really believe with the grief.
Totally agree, darling. I really, really do. And it's important, I think, for people to realize that people like us do experience grief. We're not immune to it in any way, shape, or form. So I get. Is that me?
It's cutting in and out.
Oh, hang on.
It's good now.
Good, right? Okay, I won't move. I'll stay still. But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? But we get there together. We get there together.
Yeah. And this is what this page is all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. Community, friendship, and love, and sharing, uh, and sharing.
And
Um,
sharing and
so
holding space.
absolutely, absolutely. So, Richard, is Lee good to go now? Are we set? Excellent. So we're going to introduce Lee, who I'm going to give a reading to. Lee, are you there? And muted. Hello.
You need
Um,
unmute yourself.
you're muted, darling. There you go. Hello, mate. You all right?
Good. Can you hear me?
Excellent. We can hear you now. That's wonderful. So, as I was saying on the line there, just as we went to the commercial break or come out of the commercial break, yes, no, don't know what you're talking about, Nick. Absolutely fine. And then we'll discuss for a minute afterwards how you felt about it. Feel free to be honest, please. Every day's a learning day. But instantly, as I connect with Spirit for you and with you, I'm aware of this gentleman stepping forward. And as I link in with him, I'm suddenly conscious of feeling very spaced, very distant. It's almost like there's this cloud around my cognitive emotions, my cognitive ability of not being able to properly think straight. It's almost like my head is swimming with this gentleman, so I feel quite dizzy. That cotton wool feeling that you get where your head just doesn't really feel connected to anything and anyone emotionally. And I know I'm struggling with my speech now with this gentleman. So there would have been a difficulty speaking towards the end of his life. And I've got to say the one thing that I do, there's something about his wrists here, and they feel what really quite thick set. So I know this guy would have been in his prime. A real force, a right royal ox who had such strength and power. Can you understand this gentleman as he's coming through?
I'm trying to think of someone. I've only had a couple of people that maybe, but maybe, yeah, Miranda's grandfather, Gander.
Right. Would you understand with this guy that I know you've said grandfather, and I was feeling grandfatherly, but there's something holding me back from that. It's almost like, although there is that grandfather connection, he wasn't entirely like a grandfather would be expected to be. He feels so youthful and vital with the way I want to interact with you.
Yeah, so he was actually my wife's grandfather. So
right.
More
mates. You were more mates than that grandfatherly relationship. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Thank you now. As he steps closer forward, that whole wooziness is gone, and that's really important for you to know, because I'm feeling that whole disconnect was a lot of concern. There was also a bit of a bone of contention with that. So it's almost like please don't tell me he was one of these stubborn independent ones who weren't honest about how he was feeling. There we go. I think I've answered that for myself. And the amount of times we have people who come through like that, who were so stubborn and willful and independent, that was part of who they were. But it was also frustrating when things weren't so good. And so it's a bit of a mixed bag of emotion with this, strength of personality coming through. And I know that you are very similar to him in that way, because he's getting quite firm and frustrated. And, this is the kind of guy that, there are people in the world who laugh from the back of their throat, and it's a tiny little chortle. He would laugh from his shoes up, but also when he was frustrated, he would also speak from his shoes up, and you would know where you stood with him. And you are very similar, and yet you don't blooming listen the same way he didn't blooming listen. You can understand that, can't you, Lee? And what he's saying is, you know, you're not protecting other people. You're keeping people at bay. And that's a really important lesson that he has learned and has some regrets. He's not the kind of guy to apologize, but he has regrets that it caused difficulty. But in the same vein, just holding you up a mirror and saying, you know, hello, just as bad. And I really feel like, hang on, you're just as bad. So he's holding this mirror up and saying, just check yourself, and be more open, because you can. When you are open, it's like the lotus flower from Glenda earlier. When you are open, people see a really people see a different side to you. But when it comes to the whole back, you just need to be more free. And remember all the advice you would have given me. Remember the advice. So I'm going to leave his love with you now. I hope that was okay for you, Lee.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry about like technology. He was a bit of a technophobe, because I feel like there's a lot. This is the kind of he didn't, which really didn't help and isn't helping my eardrums either. But I'll give you his love and say God bless, Lee, and hope that was all right for you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Many blessings to you. Thank you for coming on, by the way. It takes.
I just had to have a giggle because, like, Nick looked like he was slapping flies up the side of his head. What us Aussies do here in far north Queensland, shoo the fly.
Bless you, bless you.
So does that message resonate with you, Lee?
Yeah, it does. It is very much like Keith or Gander used to be. And he didn't like technology very much either. So.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot of. I feel like I keep wanting to call you mate, as in you were more friends than you were family, but in the right way. In the right. He was your go-to. And you know he thought. I've just got to add before I move on. I've just got to add. He enjoyed going to you as much as you went to him.
Yeah,
it really was a mutual respect. So do take his absolute respect.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
God bless you, mate. Thank you for coming on. It does take guts to come on here and be seen getting a message. So we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no worries. After me and my wife had a bit to do with that, as Glenda would know.
My best friend.
My
best friend Miranda.
Bless you. Bless you. Well, thank you very much, Lee, and God bless you, mate.
You too. Thank you.
Excellent. And so now, thank you, and hello to Carol Phillips. Are you there? Oh, she was. Now she's not. Carol, are you there? Carol, are you there? Oh, hello. Whilst we iron out the technical difficulties. All right. We're all right. Okay. So whilst we get Carol on, it's really, really strange, isn't it? People used to be afraid of the online connection. How can you connect to someone over the internet with their friends and relatives? But we forget that it's not about connecting to that individual. The spirit person is the person that we're connecting with. and it's a non-physical universe. And the proof is in the pudding. When you're reading for people over here and when I'm reading for people over there, we are literally the opposite side of the planet.
Yeah.
Is it?
All my readings are online. I just work
Yeah.
online. I love the connection.
It is brilliant. And
Yes.
we've got really, really good news. Interestingly enough, my earphones stopped playing up since Lee's grandfather. So bear with. So Carol's going to be coming on in just a second. I'll let her talk to Richard. I know it seems weird, Carol, but just talk over me. I can't hear you. Oh, right. Okay. So we are ready now. So, Carol, are you there? Carol, hello. Welcome.
Oh, hello, Carol.
Are you there, John? I can see you and hear you, so don't swear, whatever you do.
Can you? You can hear me?
Yes. Yes. Okay. It's the feedback loop from the watching. So Carol's going to get herself her earphones, which I do know she has. You can keep them in for later when you do your meditation, though. But we're going to have on next.
Yay! We can hear you.
Let's get back with Carol. There you are. Can you hear us now, darling?
I can. I think I've got a lag.
Excellent. I think there's a little bit of a delay, so we will be aware of that. But Glenda and I, as we discussed earlier, know how to deal with a little bit of a delay on the internet. So I'm going to shut my mouth and say over to you, Glenda.
Hello, Carol. How are you? You look like you're enjoying the heat in your lovely little dress. Perfect, perfect. So, Carol, I'm just going to connect in with you, and I have a gentleman stepping forward. Just going to work out who this gentleman is. I feel as though this gentleman, to me, he feels like whether he was a partner or whether he was a friend or a brother, I'm feeling like he wasn't very old. I feel as though this gentleman passed before his time. I feel as though he was very down to earth. You could talk to him about anything. He comes across as a, no fuss, almost like an everyday kind of, guy. I didn't feel like he was like, he's not like dressed up. He feels like he just wears, the everyday clothes. He likes to feel comfortable. Would you understand who I'm picking up on right now? Can you hear me, Carol?
Carol, are you still there, darling?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot I could talk.
She was replying in the comments.
Thanks you, Carol.
Do you understand that, Carol?
Yes, it's a friend I lost.
It's a friend. Awesome. Okay. Oh, bless. So with this gentleman that's stepping forward, I feel like he was just, he's kind of like full of banter. We could have a good laugh. I almost see us like sitting around having a drink, having like good times together, listening to music. I feel he listened to music quite a lot. I feel that he worked really hard in his life as well. Like, he's showing me his hands. He's showing me his hands quite big and, really rough. So whether he worked physically with his hands, this gentleman, his hands are just, it's almost like I see grease or dirt on his hands. He's telling me that I worked hard. I worked for everything I had. Nothing was given to me. He had a, if you can say, a tough upbringing. And he tells me that he confided in you a lot. Would you understand that?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, people thought he was my son.
Oh, bless. He also gives me a feeling, or there's either another person, I feel like it's his brother, or there's another male that's quite close to him in spirit with him. So I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there's a gentleman that stands beside him in spirit. Whether that is his brother or another friend, I feel as though that they're almost like having a bit of a fun time together. So it's like there's a camaraderie, is that the word, camaraderie, about these two over in the spirit world. Would you understand who this other person is bringing forward?
Yes, I think so, because another person passed a few months ago and we all worked together and we all had a laugh together.
Yes. Now, I'm not sure if this is the other person that's stepping forward, but I kind of get a pain. I'm not sure if it's him or if it's your friend. I get this kind of pain in the head, but it's almost like the pain in the head to me sometimes feels like I didn't deal with a lot of things. I pushed them to the side. I didn't like to face a lot of things. And that could be some mental health stuff that was going through. Would you understand that as well?
Yes, and some physical difficulty.
Physical,
as well.
Yeah, because I get both, like pain and mental health.
Yeah.
He also, because he's kind of coming through and he's talking about he didn't communicate about how he felt, or he found it hard to trust people here in amongst us. He's wanting to encourage you, because he's wanting to say, speak your truth. Don't worry about what anybody else is saying. Don't worry about anything anybody else is thinking or talking about. Just stand in your power and stand in your truth, and you open up that throat chakra and say what you feel. It's almost like I need to take a deep breath. He's wanting to come in and do some healing around you also, because I feel like I need to come in and do some healing around your chest or around your heart. There's this heart connection, or there's this, I want to bring back that love. I want to fill your heart with love. I want to put that, I call it the blanket of love around you, and he wants to put his arms around you and give you the biggest hug and the biggest kiss on the cheek and say, I'm with you. I know that you've been upset. I know other people have upset you. He says, don't worry, you got this. And he tells me also that you have either parted ways, or you have been almost at a point where do I go this way or this way? I'm just not sure which way. Do I just separate and do my own thing? I want to say he's encouraging you. You're there now, bless. And he's saying, I'm standing right beside you. You've got nothing to worry about. You have the right people in your corner. What you give is what you'll get back in time. You don't need those people around you. You don't need the negativity. You need the people that surround you with love and with healing. And he says, if I was here right now, which he is, but in different form, he says, I'd be the buddy standing right beside you, encouraging you, telling him to, if you know what that means, get going.
Okay.
And he says, there's going to be times where you also get stuck in here and in your head. Don't overthink it. Stop overthinking things. Just let it go. Those sleepless nights are not worth it. Those times that you spend crying by yourself are not worth it. You just have to do you. We're only here for, a certain amount of time. You've got to enjoy it. Embrace the people that are around you that are going to help you heal and move forward. Spirit is going to help you. They're going to step forward and they are going to guide you. He's also giving me a yellow flower to give to you. So whether it is I want to get more to a sunflower or a tulip or something like this, because he's wanting to hand you the flower. He also shows me a garden. So you've either been out in the garden, the daffodil. He's showing me the yellow flower, and he's wanting to say, I give that to you. Take it as my my love to you. He also shows me coins, and I'm not sure if he collected coins or if someone collects coins in the family, but I'm seeing coins. Also, I'm not sure if coins mean something to you.
I do, but yesterday I was asking for signs and I found a penny under my desk.
Oh, bless. That's just beautiful.
Full view. And today I went to feed my fish, and they have a white light, but all around the white light was a total, it looked like a rainbow aura, and I fiddled with the light to get it to go away, but it wouldn't go away.
Oh, bless.
So
he's giving you all the signs to say, I'm here. And he says, I can hear you talking, and you're wondering if you can hear me. He's saying, I can hear you. And he's also saying that he tells me that there's been a lot of prayers said too as well. So I'm not sure if you've been saying prayers. He's saying, I'm hearing the prayers. I'm hearing what you're asking for. He's also showing me the stars or something in the sky. It's almost like you look up into the sky and you go, which star are you? And he's kind of pointing out, he goes, I'm the brightest one up there. So I'm not sure if that is something that you kind of, you kind of look up into the sky because you're saying, I'm up there, I'm out there.
I tell my grandchildren that when people pass, they turn to a star.
Yes. So he's saying, I'm up there, I'm the brightest one up there, I'm the biggest one, the boldest one that's shining bright down on you, and I'm around you all the time. He's also giving me this mug. Do you have a favourite coffee mug or something? Because he's brought me to the kitchen. He says she's got to drink out of the same mug all the time, or the coffee cup, and he's like, it's the same one all the time.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless.
I've had it for years. It says, Mummy, you're as lovely as a flower.
Oh, and that's and he's brought that flower connection again. So he wants to keep pushing you forward. He's almost kind of he's giving me that the vision. He's kind of putting it in my mind of standing behind you and kicking you in the back to move forward, to take those leaps forward. Don't hold yourself back because of what everybody else is doing or what everybody else thinks. Keep moving forward. He's also showing me something around savings, or you're saving money or putting something here, a goal or something you're trying to aim for. And he's saying she's putting a little bit of money here all the time, that you're trying to save up for something. So he's saying, keep doing it, keep going. Would you understand what he's meaning with you trying to save for a certain thing?
Well, I'm not, but my husband is due to retire in about 6 months.
Bless.
And
So
I have the idea that I would love us to have a camper van.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I also get a B name. I'm not really good with name. I want to say Bob or Billy or something like this. I'm not sure if there's anyone around with the letter B. I'm not good with names because I'm not good with names in life.
My husband.
Your husband. He also shows me September and June as being significant as a birthday, passing or celebration. Would you understand that too?
Yes, September's our 40th wedding anniversary.
Yes. And he's saying,
and July,
congratulations.
July his father passed.
Okay, excellent. Let me see what else he's bringing forward. Oh my gosh, what is he showing me this for? I don't know. I get the rarest and the funniest things. Carol, do you peel potatoes with a knife and not a potato peeler? Who peels things with a knife and not a potato peeler or a peeler? It's like, who does this? Because he's showing me this and it's making me giggle.
Usually me.
He's having a bit of a giggle at it and he's just shown it to me. I told you I bring out the weirdest things, and he's just kind of put that in my mindset to say, I'm in the kitchen, I'm watching what you're doing. He's also, let me just see what else he's going to show me. Oh, this is a weird, I haven't had this before, and I asked Spirit to show me something different. He's showing me behind bars, or do you watch criminal movies or something like this, or some like sort of mystery crime type of shows? Because he's showing me behind bars and that sort of stuff. Would you understand this? Okay, he's just kind of put that in my mindset. Usually they put like something like Outlander, you know, Jamie Fraser in my mind, but tonight he's showing me some criminal show that you watch. So he's saying, I'm sitting back.
That and his son is in the police force.
In the police force. So there you go. I had that, but I was kind of a bit.
You would have been so proud of him.
I was kind of like, how do I say this without bringing too much personal stuff out? But yes, and he's kind of showing me the behind the bars sort of thing. So he's bringing that forward as well. Because he tells me, was there three? Who's got the three children? He's got me the number three.
He had three with his first wife.
Okay, bless. He's also showing me let me see what this is. I don't know why he wants to talk about the bank, or have you just recently been to the bank or something to do with the bank? Because he's just kind of bringing this up, whether there is something to do with the bank or you guys are planning on seeing the bank, whether that is going in for a loan or something like this. I don't want to get too personal, but he's kind of talking about the bank or financial institution.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, I'm just going to give it back to him to see what he means like this. Who in the family he works in something to do with finance? I want to talk about finance. He's talking about an institution or something, someone working in there with finance, or I want to talk about numbers. Who works with numbers in the family?
I don't know. It could be something to do with his children.
Could be. Let me see what else he's got.
When we worked together, our job we consisted of everything was numbers, and we used to have to memorize them and ask for stuff with numbers.
That's what he's
remember long numbers.
That's what he's talking about. So that's kind of what he's brought up. Wonderful. So I just wanted to leave you with his love. He's there for support, spirit side, and he's going to keep pushing you, spirit side, and sending his love. I hope that
That's good. I'll send mine.
Oh, bless. Thank you for letting me work with you, Carol.
And I would have loved to have him as a son.
Oh, bless.
Bless you, Carol.
Oh, beautiful.
One thing I know about spirit is that there's no DNA when it comes to family in spirit. So I'm sure he feels the same way. So Carol, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. And always remember, when you come online.
So spot on.
Oh, thank you.
And always remember, when you come online for a message, you don't have to type your answers out. Bless you, Carol. Thanks for coming on, darling. I'll see you a bit later on. Take care, babe. God bless. And comments have been amazing for you, Glenda. Eunice Spinks, excellent evidence. Absolutely agree. You had a wow from Kelly Raquette. Stay says a lovely message. It's Nicola says lovely message. It was an amazing piece of work. Karen W, lovely reading. I couldn't agree more. Gemma Butler, fantastic. The list goes on and on. Rebecca Whelan, beautiful message. The love in the comments for you, my darling, is as wonderful as it deserves to be. Thank you so much for a wonderful, wonderful morning with you. I know it's evening for you, but thank you for a wonderful time in this space. And thank you to everyone at home. It's been absolutely lovely today. Please, everyone, don't forget that there is no Deb tomorrow night, but there is Claire Pasterfield tonight. Don't forget, share, like, and subscribe every single thing we do just to get the word out. Don't forget, 33p a week, you can be an SPTV VIP, and that's a tough cost and a half. But most of all, thank you to our wonderful guest, the lovely Glenda Marie. God bless you, my love.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And I look forward to you coming over the pond. And who knows, maybe an in-person meetup if the opportunity arises.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And of course, a big thank you from everyone to the wonderful Richard, who keeps us going.
Yes.
He's got a repetitive strain injury from having his thumb on the mute button for me for so long. That's commitment for you. Miranda says, thank you, Nick and Glenda, much appreciated. Heart, 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 heart. Thank you all at home. So from SPTV, because I can feel it going, God bless you. May the peace of the Spirit go with you. We'll see you soon. God bless. Bye.